When Dr. Kent MacDonald became the 18th president of StFX in 2014, he liked to say that he'd been on this campus every year of his life, and that returning to his alma mater felt like coming home. A graduate of the class of 1986, Dr. MacDonald wore his X-ring proudly. A lifelong learner who'd earned his doctorate from UPenn and who'd previously served as the president of Algonquin College, Dr. MacDonald committed himself to ensuring that all academically driven and socially engaged students could attend StFX, regardless of financial means. Very quickly after arriving back at StFX, he announced the Zavarian Fund and set about raising $50 million towards scholarships and bursaries. He worked tirelessly, often arriving on campus before the snow could be cleared from walkways and traveling across Canada and around the world on behalf of the university. 7 years after its establishment, the Zavarian Fund met, then surpassed its goal. The result is that student financial aid has more than doubled in the last decade, from $400,000 annually to more than $1 million. Through this initiative, more than 109 new scholarship and bursary funds have been created, changing countless lives now and into the future. Dr. MacDonald also oversaw the renovation of Mount St. Bernard and the construction of the Rankin School of Nursing, a prescient initiative given the current provincial need for healthcare workers. And he worked closely with Mr. Mulroney, whose reprisal of his fundraising efforts from the 1980s resulted in a stunningly successful campaign 3.5 decades later. What started as a $60 million vision turned into a more than $100 million project that includes Mulroney Hall, the Brian Mulroney Institute of Government, and tens of millions of dollars in scholarships and bursaries. Brian Mulroney's legacy on our campus is immeasurable. A true Zavarian, he spent decades working on behalf of his alma mater. Now his widow, Mila, serves as the Chancellor of StFX, a continuation of their family's service to the university. Dr. MacDonald's commitment to equity was on full display in October of 2015, when he announced an $8 million gift from Jeannine Deveau, a member of the class of 1944. Including a matching pledge from the university, the $13 million fund supports students from African, Nova Scotian, and Indigenous backgrounds, both in terms of financial support and via on-campus initiatives around inclusion, academic success, and belonging. The Deveau Fund, as it's called on campus, has seen further growth under the leadership of Dr. Andy Hakin, StFX's 19th president and vice chancellor. Dr. Hakin arrived in Antigonish in July of 2020 with his wife Linda during an acute and unprecedented moment of world crisis, the COVID-19 pandemic. Through his steady and reassuring endeavors, StFX was able to operate much as usual, preserving the immersive Zavarian experience by offering in-person classes when most other universities in Canada shifted to online education. Like his predecessors, and because each successive president of StFX is a steward of its traditions and a progenitor of its growth, Dr. Hakin's mandate is deeply ambitious and broad in scope. Under his guidance, the university has further developed its relationship with the family of Jeannine Deveau, resulting in a further $14.5 million gift from her estate. Ms. Deveau's more than $22 million donation to StFX is the largest individual gift from a private donor ever. At the announcement of the second pledge last February, Dr. Hakin revealed that 2 new centres would be created as a result of Ms. Deveau's generosity. The Deveau Centre for Indigenous Governance and Social Justice, and the Dr. Agnes Caliste Centre for Black Student Success. Last year, Dr. Hakin opened the new Amelia Saputo Centre for Healthy Living, the most recent iteration of the university athletic and recreation facility. The first building on campus named in honor of a woman, the Saputo Centre was made possible by the support of both the Saputo family and John and Adrian Peacock, both members of the class of 1963. Mr. Peacock served as Chancellor of StFX from 2018 to 2024, and Mrs. Peacock has held a variety of roles on campus, including serving on the Board of Governors. Dr. Hakin is determined to combat the rising costs of attending university by raising further support for scholarships, but more importantly for bursaries that can help students who need the most financial aid. This year, he's already welcomed a $1 million gift for student support from alumni Ralph Kirk and Francis Kuzman. But Dr. Hakin's most ambitious work is not yet finished. Indeed, construction crews have only recently begun preparing the site where Lane Hall once stood for the new Victor Philip Daddeley Hall, which will house the Victor and Mona Daddeley Institute for Innovation in Health. The province of Nova Scotia has also contributed more than $37 million to the project, the largest ever gift from our provincial government to StFX. At the national dinner in Halifax in 2023, Dr. Hakin announced the Dadelay's $15 million gift to StFX, an extraordinary investment in the health and well-being of Nova Scotians. The Dadelay Institute will bring together the more than 75 StFX researchers already conducting work in health and health-related fields, like Dr. Derek Lee, who investigates via mathematical modeling the disproportionately high rates of colorectal cancer in Atlantic Canadians, and Dr. Aaron Austin, whose research helps promote the dramatic benefits of breastfeeding, and Dr. Jill Murphy, the new research chair in mental health and addictions, which is generously supported by Deveau, the province, and the QE2 Foundation. The legacy of Brian Mulroney has continued to grow under Dr. Hakin's leadership and through the tireless work of the Mulroney family. Excitingly, the federal government has recently pledged $20 million to StFX. At the 2024 President's Gala, Dr. Hakin was surprised and honored to receive an X-ring from the chair of the Board of Governors, Dennis Flood. In an impassioned speech, Dr. Hakin was thrilled to announce that he would remain in his position for a further term, ensuring the success of his existing endeavors and the emergence of new campaign initiatives that will benefit Xaverians for generations to come.